You're listening to an audio recording of an article written by Alison Richards, the food safety girl, originally published in the Jamaica Observer. The title of this article is Rodent Baiting Done Right, Protecting Public Health Amid a Growing Infestation Problem. This article explores the rise in rodent infestations in Jamaica and emphasizes the importance of safe, effective rodent baiting practices to protect public health, food safety, and the environment. A surge in rodent infestations across sections of Portland has raised serious public health concerns and led to the closure of at least one basic school and several food handling establishments in recent weeks. In response, health authorities launched a rodent control initiative involving bait placement in key public areas, including near the waterfront at a marina. While these interventions are critical, they also highlight the importance of proper rodent baiting techniques, especially when used in public, outdoor, and food-sensitive environments. Improper rodenticide use can lead to accidental poisoning of humans, pets, and wildlife, and may even reduce the effectiveness of the intervention itself. This article aims to educate consumers and stakeholders alike, homeowners, business operators, public health teams, and pest control professionals on how rodent baiting should be properly carried out and why the method matters. The rodent threat. Rats and mice aren't just pests, they are vectors of disease. In Jamaica, rodents are commonly associated with leptospirosis, salmonellosis, and rat bite fever. Their presence in food businesses increases the risk of contamination through urine, feces, or fur. In severe infestations, they can chew through packaging, wiring, and even building structures. The World Health Organization notes that effective rodent control is a key component of food safety, public sanitation, and environmental protection. But if not done right, rodent control efforts may create new hazards. Understanding rodent baiting. Rodent baiting refers to the strategic placement of toxic substances, rodenticides, to eliminate rodent populations. The process must be done with strict safety measures to minimize risks to non-target animals and humans. There are two main types of bait placements. Indoor baiting, typically used in food establishments, commercial kitchens, and homes, requires secure tamper-resistant bait stations and ongoing monitoring. Outdoor baiting, often done around building perimeters, parks, or open public areas. Due to environmental exposure and access by children, pets, and wildlife, outdoor baiting demands stricter controls and higher grade equipment. Understanding bait station tiers. Not all rodent bait stations are created equal. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, whose standards are often used internationally, classifies bait stations into 4 tiers based on their level of protection for children, pets, and the environment. This classification helps users choose the right bait station for different settings, especially when rodenticides are being used in homes, food businesses, or outdoor public spaces. Rodent bait stations are classified into 4 safety tiers, each designed for specific environments and levels of exposure. Tier 1 stations offer the highest level of protection. They are resistant to both children and dogs, weatherproof, tamper-resistant, and lockable. These are the only stations recommended for outdoor use in areas accessible to the public, such as around food establishments, commercial buildings, and public facilities. They must always be securely anchored to prevent movement. Tier 2 stations also provide resistance to children and dogs, but lack weather resistance, making them suitable for indoor use only, particularly in homes or indoor storage areas. Tier 3 stations are resistant to children, but not to pets, and should only be used in low-risk indoor settings where animals are not present. Tier 4 stations offer no resistance to tampering, weather, or access by children and pets. These are not recommended for residential, food-related, or public use and are typically restricted to professional applications, such as placement deep within rodent burrows under controlled conditions. Selecting the appropriate tier is crucial for ensuring safe and effective rodent control. Choosing the wrong bait station, or worse, placing loose bait in accessible areas, can lead to accidental poisoning, secondary toxicity to wildlife, or rodenticide runoff into waterways. In Jamaica's context, public health officials, businesses, and consumers must prioritize Tier 1 stations for any outdoor application and ensure that bait stations are correctly secured and maintained. Using the correct tier helps ensure both safety and compliance with pest control regulations. Types of rodenticides and how they are used. Rodenticides are generally categorized into two groups. Anticoagulants, example, bromadiolone, difenochrome. These act over several days and are commonly used in bait blocks. Non-anticoagulants, example, bromethylene, cholecalciferol. These act faster but are more potent and should only be handled by licensed professionals. Regardless of type, open baiting is discouraged unless the bait is applied directly into rodent burrows by a trained person and properly covered afterward. Best practices for rodent baiting. Whether baiting at home, outdoors, or in a commercial space, the following principles apply. Use tamper-resistant bait stations. Stations should be weather-resistant, child-resistant, and securely anchored. Placement matters. Stations should be placed along walls, behind appliances, or near entry points where rodents are known to travel. As a general guideline, outdoor bait stations in high rodent pressure areas should be placed approximately every 50 to 100 feet, ensuring they are never positioned near water sources unless properly protected and secured. Monitor and maintain. Bait stations must be regularly checked, recorded, and replenished as needed. Spoiled or soggy bait should be removed and replaced to maintain efficacy. Never place loose bait in open areas. This poses a significant hazard to pets, birds, livestock, and children. Only licensed pest professionals should conduct burrow baiting, and bait should be deeply inserted at least 6 inches and sealed afterward. At home, what consumers should know. Homeowners can play a critical role in rodent control by using over-the-counter bait stations correctly. Here's what to keep in mind. Do not use pellets or powders loosely. Stick with enclosed bait stations. Place bait in areas inaccessible to pets or children. Maintain good sanitation. Store food in sealed containers. Cover garbage bins and seal all holes or cracks around the home. For food businesses, compliance is non-negotiable. According to Jamaica's Public Health Food Handling Regulations and the Food Storage and Prevention of Infestation Division FSPID Act, food businesses are required to maintain premises free of pests through approved controlled methods. This includes engaging only licensed pest control operators to conduct rodent baiting and other chemical pest control interventions, keeping detailed pest control logs, including bait station maps, treatment records, and follow-up actions. Avoiding placement of rodenticides in food prep or storage areas, and ensuring bait stations are tamper-resistant and located outside processing zones. Regular inspections and monitoring to verify that pest control measures are working and pose no risk to food safety. It is unlawful and dangerous for untrained individuals to apply rodenticides in or around food handling establishments. Only certified operators approved under the Pesticides Act are equipped with the knowledge and tools to apply baits safely, effectively, and in compliance with legal and public health standards. Failure to follow these regulations can result in the revocation of permits, fines, or closure of the business. More importantly, it puts public health at serious risk. Education before application. Rodent control is necessary, but it must be done responsibly. Using rodenticides without understanding their risks and limitations can do more harm than good. Whether you're a homeowner, a business operator, or a public official, take time to understand best practices, follow manufacturer instructions, and where needed, consult a certified pest management professional. Proper rodent baiting is not just a pest control task, it's a public health duty. To learn more about food safety in Jamaica, follow the Food Safety Girl on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube.